Hi, I'm Nick Fisher and I'm the CEO of Facewatch, and I'm coming on camera because I want to put the record straight about a lot of the things I've been reading about facial recognition. That is a little bit frustrating in some cases, and probably needs to be commented on from somebody who runs a business that at the heart of it is about facial recognition and data sharing. So bear with me while I express my views and tell you a little bit about Facewatch and why I think there's a clear point of difference between how you may have read or understood how facial recognition works and how it's used when it's used in a very responsible fashion in the way that we use it today. So I think there's a real place for facial recognition technology and the sharing of data, providing it's done responsibly and very transparently. And Facewatch has lobbied for transparency and some clearer understanding within the government as to how we should be using this technology going forward. But it certainly shouldn't be driven underground. It's a phenomenal tool if used correctly. I think it's really important that we embrace new technology, and specifically against the backdrop of increasing crime. There's 23,000 less officers than there were in 2010, and over the same period of time, 35% new types of crime. If you then take what gets published in the public domain, different forces across the UK, saying that they're not coming out to low-level crime anymore, it's quite understandable. They don't have the resources. Now, I spent 20 plus years as a shopkeeper, so I understand what happens in retail. And all that does, it builds apathy. Apathy for reporting crime. What's the point? Nobody's coming out. Who are we educating at the end of all this? We're educating the thief. Because the thief says, there's not many police around that are coming out to this, and they've gone public saying they're not coming out to this anymore. And by the way, the shopkeepers said there's no point in reporting. Happy days. And so the statistics all bear fruit. If you look at crime reported over the last 5, 6, 7 years, it just keeps going up. And a recent independent report said it was at £11 billion in the UK. Now we've got to do something about that. And so when you're talking about those sort of numbers, they have a material impact on operating profit and net profit of businesses. We've been doing this for 3 years, and what a transition it has been in the market in terms of the quality of algorithm production from when I first started in facial recognition, to the point that we've only really released our technology in the last 9 to 12 months because, quite frankly, I didn't think it was good enough to use. It's a different story now though. This is a really powerful tool, and we've got to embrace new technology if we're going to help fight crime. We're commoditising facial recognition. You need a standard HD camera and a license from Facewatch, and away you go. The same price as CCTV technology. So a retailer, let's just take a corner shop, can have facial recognition for the same price as a good CCTV system. Now, the difference between facial recognition and CCTV fundamentally records crime. And therefore, you have to report that crime to the police. And the police have said, we don't have enough resources to deal with low-level crime. Facial recognition, provided by Facewatch, has proven to deter and prevent crime. And we've got some fantastic evidence where our subscribers have used Facewatch, where they've seen significant reductions in crime in just 90 days of deployment. So who benefits? Well, in my opinion, everybody benefits. The store has a lot less negative activity on site, less loss on site, therefore greater for profitability. The feedback we've had from employees where we've deployed Facewatch is they feel much safer, and I'm sure it makes communities and environments safer. In fact, our YouGov survey said, in general, that people welcome facial recognition. CCTV essentially records crime as it happens. Facewatch and facial recognition technology prevents and deters crime before it happens. Okay, so let me deal with some of the facts and some of the misreporting of facial recognition. But let me specifically talk about Facewatch. Number one, we do not record and store data of innocent people. Number two, we do not track innocent people. Number three, we only operate on private property. we do not use facial recognition technology in the public space. And this is wholly different from how the police and other organisations have been using facial recognition in public places. So here's my message to you as store owners of how you can make Facewatch work for you in your business. So we've commoditised the proposition. You need a standard HD camera and a Facewatch licence. But how does it work on a day-to-day basis? Well, it captures the image of everybody who walks in an environment. It takes that image and converts it to an algorithm. It sends the algorithm to the Facewatch watch list and looks for a match. If there's no match, the image is deleted. As I said before, we do not store and hold data of innocent people. However, if there is a match, it will send you an alert to a mobile device or any device you choose within less than 2 seconds with the image that you've got on file or that we hold for you and the image of the subject of interest that's just walked through the door for you to match and compare. And then it's up to you how you handle that incident. To you as a retailer, how to handle this is non-invasive. Typically what happens in retail is we approach nearly all customers and say, "Hi, can I help you?" If you're an innocent person, you'll say, "I'm just having a look." And most people will respond with just having a look. Then you can say, "I'll be right behind you if you need any help." That means two different things to two different people. To a thief, it means you're watching me. To me, it means that sounds very helpful. Today, everyone's worried about data, and so are we. We've spent 5 years working with government bodies and authorities to ensure that we are fully GDPR compliant with regards to managing and holding this special category data, which is facial recognition data. On behalf of our clients, we manage, store and share that data proportionately and thematically with subscribers to Facewatch only and with no one else, to give you the support and the training so that you and your teams can manage the system appropriately. All our data is secured in the cloud at Tier 3 level, and Trustwave do penetration tests on our database frequently. So you can be confident that Facewatch knows how to manage and look after your data, as we will be your data controller, mitigating your risk. So how effective is Facewatch? Well, let me give you some examples of clients who have used Facewatch recently. We're working with a big convenience food retailer who had quite a material problem of theft in a couple of their stores, quite substantial numbers, with no watch list. Facewatch deployed the service into the site, and within 90 days, they got a greater than 25% reduction in both sites. That's led them to ordering another 18 licenses and to fit Facewatch in 18 more of their stores. Since we deployed the technology, they've not reported one crime since. And we've gone into a small convenience store who reported losing circa £25,000 a year, and he too is seeing a greater than 30% reduction in crime. This is all in less than 90 days of deployment. These are all running, they're now into contract, these people are using it and they're becoming the advocates of Facewatch. It really does prevent and deter crime. So where does Facewatch work best? Well, we're working with independent convenience stores, mum and pop stores who have deployed it because it's highly affordable and has a great impact. We're working with a national food retailer who now wants to consolidate and share data over specific geography. So it's very powerful. It works in petrol forecourts, which are essentially now convenience stores that sell food. It works fantastic in shopping malls, creating a very safe environment. We've got a huge deployment with a shopping mall that has a 70,000 footfall a day. They're using it to really deter crime in their stores, down 70% year on year in a shopping mall. It works absolutely everywhere. It's got a fantastic opportunity to be deployed in your business because it's really affordable technology and it is proven to work. So Facewatch is about self-help. It's about helping yourself. And we work in partnerships, not just with our customers, but you have to work in partnerships with your customers. One of the things we insist on is absolute transparency. And that means putting signage in your store, telling people you're deploying facial recognition. One of the things that Facewatch will do is we'll hold, store and share that data proportionally with other businesses in your area who equally subscribe to Facewatch. You then start to build a really powerful tool to prevent and deter crime in your geography. Statistics reported by the ACS recently have shown that violent crime, specifically in retail, is on the increase at quite significant levels. These are people typically feeding habits, drug habits or drink problems. You know, we've had some fantastic feedback from subscribers to Facewatch saying that they feel safer in an environment where Facewatch is deployed, and it's in fact having a deterrent measure on keeping these people away from their stores. They're very transparent, the signage is there, facial recognition deployed in here. They certainly don't want to be caught on film, and as a consequence, it's easier not to go in an environment where you might be seen. So I think facial recognition technology is like all technologies. I remember when CCTV first came out and I was a junior retailer and everybody said, this is Big Brother watching us and we won't be able to go out. There's nearly 6 million cameras in the UK and about 500,000 in London alone. It's a technology that eventually becomes part of society and people sort of, well, they might not embrace it, they just accept it's there. I think that's part of the problem in retail landscape, that people just appreciate their CCTV cameras here now and they're everywhere, and therefore my mindset is that it's not much of a deterrent. I think facial recognition will change the landscape. I personally believe that it will be a commonplace technology in less than 5 years' time. The market's forecasted to be somewhere around the £8 billion mark in the next 3 years' time. So I think there's a lot of money and investment going into it by companies. And I think society needs it as a tool. There's clearly not enough police officers around. There's going to be a huge challenge getting the 20,000 officers that have been mentioned by the government. But if you take the statistics that says there's 35% more types of crime, you know, does that mean you need to add those into the already pledged 20,000 officer pool and you're looking at somewhere around 65, 70,000? I don't know. I think we're migrating towards a world of self-help, and technology is a key partner, you know, in the evolution of helping people. And I just fundamentally believe facial recognition is a fabulous tool, but it has to be used with some form of very clear guidance and governance. It has to be used in a very transparent way, and it has to be used and deployed by responsible organisations, people who take that responsibility seriously, and with very clear guidance and training to end users. And I think it will be a huge deterrent for crime going forward. I think the initial subscriber base will be the primary benefit of it, but I think as adoption grows, I think this will have a material impact on crime. And you know, what I've learned from criminals is they definitely don't want to be recognised. And if this is a technology that creates a quick alert of someone who creates crime, then it might just be start to have a material impact in reducing crime across the UK. Our objective is to make Facewatch as a technology affordable. We've aimed it at the retail sector, and we've priced it at the same price as a good quality CCTV system. So, you know, here's my sales pitch. If you're interested, if you like what I've said, if you think that this is a product for you, you're experiencing retail crime, you want an affordable system where we manage the data for you, you put the technology in, and it will have a material impact, and we've got some fabulous case studies that we'd be happy to share with you. Get in touch with us. We're here to help you. A very friendly organisation, and we'll guide you through the process. Thanks for listening.